Hello, and welcome back to Hitman. And in this series, we will go back to where it all started. And this time round, we will focus on completing as many of the challenges as we can on each and every one of the primary Hitman targets, with maybe a few interesting bonus kills on the way. Today we are on the Isle of Sgail for the Blood Eagle Challenge, which entails eliminating one of our targets with the Viking Axe. So for this challenge, as usual, we will be bringing with us a silenced pistol, some coins, and our ever trusty lockpick. Everything else is available on the map, and this is going to be quite a long one. So let's get reacquainted with our target, shall we?
Zoe and Sophia prowl the world in search for ancient relics. With little regard for local culture or even human life, they have it coming.
So, right from the start and off the bat, as I mentioned, we have quite a lot to do, and to get Zoe Washington with the Viking Axe is quite difficult, shall we say. There's a lot of maneuvers we have to make. It's much easier to go for Sophia, but we will endeavour to take out Zoe Washington with the Viking Axe. So we're going to make our way from the start up to the castle entrance and up the drain pipe just beyond the stairs. And once we get to the security room, we're going to hug the door, pull out our silenced pistol, open the door and shoot the surveillance system. Then from here we can then make our way back down the drain pipe and off to the crypt area, which is probably the most used route I will use in these videos. There are other routes, but this is probably the easiest. It is a long way though. So once we get past the Phoenix effigy, we're going to enter into the crypts. We're going to grab the wrench from the side there, and as we made our way into the crypts, I just spotted the guard just moving away from the sarcophagus. So we were able to run straight inside, grab the assault rifle from the sarcophagus and drop it on the floor on our way back out. We're then going to hug the wall just outside the room, and when the patrolling guard returns, he will find that gun and he will move to take it away past us, and we can then subdue him from around the corner, render him unconscious, and we're going to hide his body in the crate provided and take his outfit. So because we are going for Zoe Washington, Zoe and her personal bodyguard do not react well to distractions. They are somewhat tricky to distract. So we're going to make our way up towards the gallery. Just be aware of those two Archean guards you saw stood there, one of which is an enforcer. He's an enforcer to most outfits. But once we get to the gallery, we're going to run around the outside edge to avoid the enforcer in there, out through the other side and into the bathroom just to our right here. And we're going to set up a coin trap in here. We're going to drop one coin right by the door and one coin slightly in the room. And we're going to throw our third coin against the wall. And what we're going to do here basically is attract the attention of as many people as we can, and that will be this guard you can see who is first on our list. We're going to let him come into the room and discover the coins, and then very quickly render him unconscious and hide him in the crate provided. We need to do this multiple times because anytime we try to snare Zoe Washington, she will send somebody else in her place for the most part. We need to get rid of her bodyguard primarily, but we're going to reset our trap first of all, and we're going to attract the attention of the young lady you was just sat on the bench down the corridor there, because she is one of the people that Zoe will send in her place. So we may as well get her out of the way while we're waiting for Zoe and her bodyguard to arrive. So just like we did with the guard, we're going to let the young lady come into the room, close the door behind her, render her unconscious, and hide her in the box. And we're going to reset our trap once again, because the young lady did manage to collect up one of the coins. So there we go. So our trap is now reset. Let's just move this coin a bit closer. So our next target will be Zoe Washington's personal bodyguard. Now this is where things will get somewhat tricky, because when we open the door and throw the coin, everybody will react to the noise, but not everybody will come in to investigate. And by that I mean nobody will come in to investigate. And we'll have to then wait for Zoe to go all the way through her routine and come back out of the gallery as she's doing right now. Also be very much aware of Blake Nathaniel. That's the silhouette in the middle there, you can see. We do not want to attract his attention. We're already out of space in our crate as it is. So once Zoe has got a fair distance away, we want to try and snare her bodyguard. As you can see, everybody reacted but then walked off. So attempt 1 was a failure, and at this point I thought the constant was coming in. So I've collected up all my coins, and he turns out to have just walked straight past. So what we're going to do now is obviously reset our coin trap and await the re-arrival of Zoe Washington and her bodyguard. And this time round, this doesn't often happen, but Zoe and Blake Nathaniel's arrival in the gallery coincides, and they begin a conversation, which actually works in our favour, because as you'll see, when we throw the coin this time, on the very rare occasion that it actually happens, we've actually snared Zoe. Something we didn't want to do. We need her bodyguard first of all, because he will just follow her in here. But this will also work to our advantage, so we're going to collect up one of them coins real quick. And when Zoe leaves, she's going to engage Blake in conversation, and we can then throw our coin into the room and snare the bodyguard. So we have just attracted his attention. He's going to come in to investigate, and we can then finally render him unconscious as well. As I mentioned, there is no more space in the crate, so we're going to have to be rather inventive about how we hide him, as we are not yet done in this bathroom. So we're going to collect up our coins, collect up the body, and we're going to hide him right in the corner by this plant pot, as tightly into this corner as we can get him, which isn't easy. Now, I got quite lucky, and that will do. So what we're going to have to do now once again is await for Zoe to go through her entire routine and come back past this bathroom one more time. And this time what we're going to do, because she has nobody else to send, and I don't want to risk her not reacting once again, we're just going to wait for Blake to go past the door, and then we're going to drop our coin just outside the door and make our way back into the bathroom and hug the wall so the door stays open. And when Zoe spots that coin, she should then see the coin in the bathroom. We can then move away from the door and let the door close it if you have to, and Zoe will then open the door the other way when she steps in. Hopefully she doesn't see the body, but she did this time for me, so be ready for that, and just knock her out as quickly as you can before she makes any real noise. We're then going to hide her body behind the door with the guard, and then we're going to take the guard's outfit, the Archean guard that is, that's the ones with the cowls on. We're going to collect up everything off the floor so we have all our free coins back. Let's tuck Zoe up a little bit more. We'll come back for her shortly. So our target is now in position, and the only item we now require is the Viking axe, which is located in the Constance office in the Constance Tower. So we're going to make our way straight out past the funeral area, being very much aware of the 2 patrolling Archean guards, one of which, as I've mentioned, is a enforcer. So we're going to make our way to the Constance Tower, and up the right hand side of the building we will find a drain pipe that will lead us all the way to the Constance office. And we're going to jump up onto the ledge on the Constance office, scoot past the window. We're going to select our silenced pistol, and when the coast is clear we're going to take a shot at the display cabinet that is holding the Viking axe, which the Archean guard is leaning against as we speak. So just be aware of all of the guards. There is an extra guard in the room for some reason. But eventually the butler, who is the person we need to keep the closest eye on, will move away and we can get a shot at the display cabinet. We're going to wait right here for all of the panic to calm down, although I take a chance and I duck in through the window rather early. And we're just going to wait here behind this sofa for all of the panic to calm down eventually. The 2 guards will stop being enforcers and the butler will move away from the display cabinet. Now be aware that the Constant will be making his way here because we are here. Depending on where he's making his way from, he may arrive very shortly afterwards and you'll have to pick your moment. So we're just waiting now for the Archean guards to stop being enforcers, and once they do we can then grab the Viking axe and retrace our steps back down to the gallery bathroom area where Zoe Washington is awaiting her final fate. So again, when we're making our way across here, be aware of the 2 Archean guards on patrol, the super or semi-super enforcer. But once we're safely back down on the ground floor, we can just make our way through the gallery, back into the bathroom, make sure you close the door behind you, and eliminate the target.
Both targets down. Impressive work, 47. And now, to confront the Constant.
So that will get you the Blood Eagle challenge. Just make sure when you leave the bathroom you close the door behind you, and we can make our way straight to the helicopter exit. So there we go, one more challenge taken care of. I have been Anubis, and I will see you all in the next video.